Welcome back to the Three Fellas Talking podcast. We are joined, as always, with my two co-hosts, Cole and Noah. Hello, boys.
Hello.
And you might hear a random fourth party entry occasionally. We don't know. We are here doing a review of the new j.cole mixtape, I guess, slash album called Might Delete Later. I guess it's called a mixtape. Noah, do you know if that's official or what?
No clue. It just says that on Rate Your Music.
Yeah, so Spotify has it called as a label as an album. I think that's because they don't upload mixtapes, right, Cole?
Well, if the artist uploads it, they'll upload it, but I don't think Spotify calls anything a mixtape.
Right, so, anyway, basically it's a mixtape called Might Delete Later. It came out, I believe, Friday, like Thursday night, Friday morning, this Friday, March 5th, by j.cole. It's 12 songs deep, I believe, right? Yeah, 12 songs deep, and we have already listened to it. We're going to rate and review it and rank it for you guys. Anything you guys want to say about it beforehand?
This is music.
It is music. Thank you, Noah. Very appreciative.
That is undeniably true, Noah.
That's all I know about what you're talking about right now.
Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. All right, so let's get into it. We have Might Delete Later. First song on the album is Pricey. Who wants to start? Wow. Noah, you don't want to start?
If you want.
Cole, go for it.
It's alright. The semi-decent opener. Not a whole lot that stood out to me here, which may or may not have a repeating theme throughout this album.
May not.
But I gave this a 6 because it is alright. It is,
Okay.
pretty okay.
I'll take it from here.
Okay, Noah.
I also give this a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I feel like there's so many different bars of talking about different things that it all really just meshes together into one blob of nothingness. It's a weak instrumental, which is a little bit of a theme. And are you really gangster if you have to have a whole verse saying that you're gangster?
Okay.
I'll say probably not. You could just sound gangster instead of
Right.
tell people
Correct.
Okay. So you give it a
whatever
6 out of
gangster
10?
means.
Yep, this is a 6.
All right, so what is probably going to become a common theme throughout the rest of this mixtape, I completely disagree. I first of all think this has some of his best bars in the entire mixtape on this. He has some fire bars throughout this mixtape as a whole. I think one of the things that is a continual theme is his bars are great, and he has always been a good lyricist, j.cole. He's never had a lot of what's the word I'm looking for when you continue to make good things?
Consistency?
Consistency, thank you. He's never been a very consistent artist in his albums, but he has always been a good MC, lyrically especially. But this song, I think, has some really, really good bars in it. A lot of entendres, a lot of mixing of different connections between the previous verse and other ways connecting different bars to each other. But the thing I actually like the most about it is I disagree. I like the instrumental quite a lot. I think it's a great instrumental for the type of flow he's doing. And I actually like the girl on the verse, the singer, quite a lot on the hook, quite a lot. I think she sounds really good, especially when right now a lot of times it's very hard for a rap artist to get good singers on their hooks. They just aren't having them right now, for whatever reason. So I think she's really good on this. I like the instrumental a lot. It's one of the better ones on this mixtape. There's really nothing I don't like about the song. I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
I mean, could it be a little... I would probably say what will kind of be a common theme through this mixtape. The only thing that would make it like a 10 out of 10 is if he was putting a little bit... One thing he does that differently, I'll save that for later on. But yeah, 9 out of 10. All right. Also, the features in this song were pretty. Actually, like the Gucci Mane does not usually do great features. In fact, he's not usually a good artist at all. but the features in this song were pretty good. And Ari Lennox is the girl who does the singing on the hook. And by the way, about the gangster part, I don't really care. There's been so many rappers and so many artists who talk about that throughout history of music that I don't give a shit at all. It's not something I find annoying or bothersome whatsoever. There'd be so many people you'd have to shit on to have a problem with that. So whatever. All right, next song we have is Crocodile Tears. Noah.
Another uninteresting beat. The flow is not entertaining enough for me to care about his bars, if there are any. At this point, I think he's damn near allergic to finding a good beat. This is pretty darn mid. I gave it a 5.
Okay. So I'll actually kind of agree with you here. This is one of the songs on this where what I was going to say before, a common theme about this album or mixtape. I say album too many times, I know it. Common theme about this is that the beats, there's not a lot differentiating the beats song by song. And the beats are not that interesting throughout most of the mixtape. And specifically on this song is where I really point out that the beat is very uninteresting. And unfortunately, J. Cole does what he has done throughout his long career of making music, is he has a lot of corny bars. He just does. He's got a lot of good bars, but he also has a lot of corny ones. And this is one of those songs where he has an uninteresting beat and some corny bars. The chorus is not much to talk about either. Overall, I gave it a 6 out of 10.
It's just about as dull gets. I gave this a 5. I'm just waiting for something to happen, really.
Right?
And it just kind of doesn't. Feeling a 5.
Yeah, I understand it. All right, next song is Ready 24. Cole. Go ahead.
Kind of more of the same here. It's just kind of sitting around waiting for something to grab my attention, and it just doesn't, because nothing he says really resonates with me in any way, and the instrumental is okay, but not what I would call particularly memorable, considering I can barely remember what these songs sound like right now. I listened to it less than 10 minutes ago. I'm feeling another 5.
Oof.
Alright.
I'll go next. Unless you want to, Noah.
I'd like to go.
Okay.
Alright. Emphasizing the last word of each line does not make what you say more interesting or your flow better. Just gonna
No. I know. No. First of all,
so corny.
it doesn't. It's not making it better. It's a flow. It's a type of flow.
I hate that. It's so corny.
Well, he's not trying to make. It's just. It's not. It's like he's not sitting there saying like, "Oh, this line is now better because I said the last word a bit differently or I emphasized it more." It's literally just a type of flow.
Yeah, and I think it's a weak ass flow, and the beat sounds like it's off a Jack Harlow album. 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
Oof.
Out of your fucking mind.
It's pretty
Okay.
pretty annoying.
All right, I will say this. I don't love the flow. It's very rough for me, but he does have good bars in this. He does have some good bars, especially the second verse. I actually like the bar. I don't remember what comes up right before it, but he says like my second biggest fear is sticking my dick in the wrong thought. But he sets that up very well, so I like that bar. I like how it flows into it. The flow, I've never liked the flow that he does. I've never liked this type of flow, but it kind of works with the instrumental though. I will say Cameron's verse probably better than J. Cole's on this one. But the beat is just not that interesting, which again is going to be a common theme. It's a very boring beat. Overall, bars wise, they're good, but 6.5. Not great. But I don't love the beat here. And unfortunately, that is a common theme in this mixtape. All right, next song we have is Hunting Wabbits. I'll go. Where do I have this? There it is. Okay, so first of all, I love the intro to this. Absolutely think it's fantastic. I wanted to point out two specific bars that I thought were great bars, which is "Let the chick ride stick like I taught her witchcraft." Love that bar. That's fire. And also the Chris stacking my money like I'm Kristaps. Sorry, I butchered that, but something about the Kristaps bar is pretty heat. I like that as well. I like I like the beat. I just wish he had rapped differently on this beat. It's very lo-fi hip hop beat, and he's rapping a bit too. He's rapping not like a lo-fi hip hop beat should be rapped on. So the type of like style he's using doesn't really work with it, and he could have gone a little harder on it. The lazy rap style of it has never been my favorite, but it works kind of with the selection of the beat. Overall, I do like the song. I gave it a 7.5. Cool.
What is it called? It's obviously not Looney Tunes.
What?
What's the thing? The
Bunch of
sample at the
Wabbits?
beginning.
Oh,
The sample at the beginning. What is it from? No, it said like 5 minutes ago.
Me Cannon.
Yes. I don't know why he used that and didn't just actually use the Looney Tunes sample, because the Meat Can
know.
one sounds a lot stupider. Other than that, it's better than the last two, because the samples on the verses are alright.
good sampling.
If only he didn't sound really bored, because he sounds really bored.
It's called
when he's
lazy
rapping.
flow.
Well, it sounds like it. And it's not an appealing noise.
Kind of been popularized by the last couple years of rap.
It's really not something to aspire to. I gave this a 5.5.
5.5. Oops, why did I put in? All right, Noah.
Yeah, whack flow. Don't like the flow.
Okay,
Very boring flow.
I do agree.
Oh,
You
the
should have
entire
gone a little
duration
harder
of the
on a
song.
beat that was really. I like the beat, and he should have gone harder on it.
And I thought it was a mediocre beat.
No, this is a lo-fi beat.
Yeah, it was pretty boring. 4 out of 10.
That's a terrible opinion.
Pretty boring.
This beat is not boring. It's a very workable beat. I guarantee you would like this beat a lot more if the flow was more aggressive on it.
Or if there's a better rapper on it.
No, I mean, look, he's a good rapper. Like you're just wrong about that. Like nobody is taking away his lyrical ability at all.
Talk about interesting stuff.
Okay, you're retarded.
He talked about so much of the same stuff.
This is
So
like the
samey.
first even mixtape or even whatever album that he's ever even talked about these type of things he's talking about on it. Usually he doesn't talk about any of this. This is completely different for him.
Money.
He never ever talks about that throughout his entire discography. He's always talked about other things. So the one time he makes a
Should've
mixtape
kept it
where he
that
talks
way.
about like that, you trash him. Should do something different. Like shut the fuck up. You can't have it both ways. You can't tell somebody not to talk about that only, and then a person who's never done that does it, and you're like, oh, you shouldn't talk about it.
I think anybody who just talks about this stuff is fucking stupid. It's uninteresting as hell.
Yeah, you're
It's overplayed.
actually just brain dead at that point because you're literally
'Cause I don't wanna hear
you're trying to
shit
have
about
it
the money.
both ways and you can't.
No, I'd rather have it neither way when it comes to J.Cole. I don't like J.Cole.
That's fine, but you can't sit there. Never mind. We're gonna.
I
go
don't
back
like
and
any
forth
rapper who
about
talks
this
about hoes
forever.
and monies nonstop.
He's not. Holy shit! Are you retarded? That's literally what I just said.
Well, I disagree.
You've heard it's this guy. You just haven't listened to his albums. That's the only thing
I've heard a few.
Well, if he doesn't like it when rappers talk about hoes and money, then why
Yeah,
would
he
he
doesn't
like
like
to
when he
hear?
only talks about that.
He likes it when they talk about it ever.
Yeah.
I think he's just saying
That's
it's
not
been
what he
done to
said.
death.
That's not what he said at first, though.
Well, I think that's what he meant to say.
Okay, fair enough.
It's been done to death, so why do we need to
Sure.
keep doing it?
Yes.
Regardless of what you've done in your past.
Fair enough. Okay, so you've all right. So now we on to HYB. Noah.
I really don't like the hook on this song.
You want to know the only thing I wrote down for this?
What?
Really bad chorus.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I
don't really
actually,
like the
this
instrumental.
is probably one of the ones where we're gonna agree. The hook is not it lyrically whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think there's more to rap music than lyrics, and I think Cole really leans on the lyrics. And some people really care about the lyrics a whole lot more than me. I don't care about that as much as other people. I give this a 3.
Wow. Jesus. Okay. We agreed about one thing on this song, and that was the hook. It's bad lyrically. There's no denying that. I like the lo-fi hip hop beat on this that he started to do more towards like the middle of the album. I like it because I have heard that work very well, and this is actually one of the instances where it did work well up until that British rapper came on, and then it really didn't work at all. Don't like British rap very much. Really didn't like his verse at all. The first verse is heat. I do enjoy it. I like Cole's verse on this. I like the beat quite a lot. And there's this little small little keyboard beat to it at the and kind of mixed in there, which I think is sort of hidden but not. Like I enjoy it. But if there's a whole verse by this British rapper I don't like, so 6.5 could have been a lot better. If that other verse was changed, it might have been an 8.5. Cole.
Just, I mean, like the same level verse wise as all the ones before it, but just the chorus really, really did a number on this thing. I gave it a 4.
Wow. Wow. Wow, that is rough. All right, fair enough. Moving on to Fever, Cole.
This is a Drake song.
Yes.
Like, I swear to God, Drake just
It
ghost
is.
wrote this for him.
No, you're right.
Is it seriously?
No, it's not an actual Drake song. I'm agreeing
Oh.
with you. It is literally, this is inspired by Drake, clearly.
This is a Drake song.
Which
means it's
wrote
boring.
wrote that.
I wrote just a straight up Drake song, and why does he sound so bored?
Right.
He sounds bored. It's a corny ass Drake song. I gave it a 4.
I'll go. Yeah, no, I entirely agree. I wrote it's a very Drake-esque song and beat. Doesn't necessarily make it bad, but it does make it a way more boring. There's only really one bar here that I found interesting, which is when he said, "I'm from the Ville, they selling cane if they able."
Why is he talking about the Ville so much?
Bored in
Where
heaven.
he's from. I thought that was a pretty heat bar. Actually, it works really well. But the rest of it's very low effort, low energy. It's very Drake-esque. It really ruins songs in an aspect, and it's not interesting to listen to. Definitely one of the lower songs. 5 out of 10.
The Drake and drivers are gonna go crazy.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. You got to understand. He is a boring artist to listen to if he's not putting effort into his music, which is 99% of the time. And this is a song he would have made. That's probably where J. Cole got the inspiration for this song, but you're just gonna have to get over it. All right, Noah.
I'm not getting over it. Jermaine, don't do this again, please. It was a whack beat because it's it's like a Drake song, and every Drake song's pretty fucking whack in every way. I'd rather have him rapping, and I think everybody.
But then
would agree.
you shit on him when he raps.
But yeah, but this is way worse.
Rap better.
Yeah, this is way worse.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
2.
2.
Yeah, this fucking blue.
I mean, it's not bad though. It's just boring.
Yeah, it's damn near offensively boring.
Okay. That's retarded. You're just hate bashing at this point. You're adding on. You find it boring, so you're adding on for no reason. You're not objectively looking at it.
I have no reason to hate J. Cole.
I didn't say you hate J. Cole. I say you're hate bashing the songs because you feel like they're not changing. So you're adding more hatred towards the songs as the album or mixtape.
This was a change. Just a bad change.
Yeah. All right. Number 8 or song number 7. We have "Sticks and Stones." You know what? Okay. Kind of a, where the hell do I have this written down? Oh, there it is. So I actually really like the little light guitar. I don't know what type of guitar it is or what is like called on here, but I really like that light guitar work that's going on the beat here. The first verse is straight fire. There's no like it is absolutely one of the best verses on this mixtape. Absolutely love the first verse. The hook is whatever. Kind of grew on me after the second time I heard it, but definitely not nearly as interesting as the first verse. I do like the flow switches after the hook, where he completely like switches up how he's rapping on the song. Beat changes a little bit here too. Hook is just too lazy for me, but it does work with the type of style he was using on this song. Overall, 7 out of 10.
I think I'll go next.
Oh, you go. All right, no,
Yeah, this is a solid instrumental.
it is.
Definitely an improvement. I think it's much easier to enjoy his rapping when the instrumentals are slightly interesting. Made me pay a lot more attention, and I gave it a nice 7.
Ooh, we agree. My God.
Yep.
All right, Cole.
Yeah, the instrumental's a little bit better here. But I just thought he had some of his dumbest lyrics on here. Like
No.
he tries to act like people are actually afraid to start a beef with him on this song. And dude, no one is scared to start anything with you, you whiny little bitch. I give this a 5. That was one of the dumbest things in this song.
That's pretty funny.
That's
No
retarded.
one wants to start shit with me. Yeah, they're all terrified, dude. Yeah,
Yeah, settle down,
they're
Jermaine.
shaking in their boots.
That's a fucking terrible reason to rate it. Oh, you one bar makes you give it a 5. That's fucking retarded.
Oh, that wasn't good enough to get a higher score than that, regardless.
Absolutely was. All right. On to song number 8, Pie. Cole.
Probably a little bit better than the last one. The instrumental's alright. He doesn't say anything particularly stupid here. But kind of just not really committing to anything particularly worthwhile. I give this a 5.5.
Okay.
God.
I'll go
no-
next.
oh. Go ahead.
I'll go next because I gave it the same rating.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's an alright instrumental. The verses are okay. But this song should not have been almost 6 minutes. That was a slog.
A bit long.
Yeah, a bit long for the stuff that was going on in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so in total it was a 5.5.
You're both so wrong on this song specifically. First of all, I just want to say he also lists Earth just like I do. So shout out to j.cole for that one. Also, one other thing. Whoever is rapping the first verse, I don't remember her name. I could look at it, but I have Spotify minimized right now, so I don't want to bother. Whoever's rapping the first verse, if you have to say your bar is a double entendre, it's not a good bar. Just letting you know right off the bat. If you have to say that was a double entendre, like nobody is gonna make it. Nobody's gonna listen for that part. First two people who rap on this song aren't that great. They're good, or sorry, they're not great. They're good. They're nothing special though. But then j.cole comes in with this really unique flow where he ends each bar on kind of a slight continuation, which is super unique, and not many rappers are doing that right now, where he has a continuation flow on each line. And I really like how he bended it to the next, verse, or not even next verse, the next bar. Everyone. Also, one bar I wanted to point out is based on what their sins say, probably not. That's a nice little double switch he did. And then again, another bar is it's only one of me, but better slide 6 hers. Really good, unique switch right there on that bar as well. Overall, it's a very fire Cole verse. One of his best, probably his best verse, best or second best verse in this whole mixtape. Don't love the other two, but for the rest of it, I give it 8 out of 10. All right. Moving on to stealth mode, Noah.
Meh, instrumental. I don't really find anything interesting because it's just been done so many times before. All the things he talks about. It's not my thing. I just thought it was alright. Give it a 5.
Oh my God. Cole, go.
I'm also feeling a 5, mostly because the feature Bass, is that his name?
Stealth Mode, yeah, Bass.
Bass, could he sound like more flat and dull if he tried? I mean, he's barely alive.
He's barely on the
Um,
song.
yeah, and when he's there, he sucks. Other than that, everything was okay. Okay, because I'm still waiting for something to really stand out and make an impact on me, but nothing really will. So I'm giving it a 5.
Once again, we completely disagree.
I'm
Love the backup vocal when he says bring out the bottles on stealth mode. There's a little like backup I don't know if it's an AI vocal or just like a deepened version of his, but love that backup vocal just on that specific line on the hook. Only problem I have with this song is that it's simply put too short. I think he is fire on this. I love the instrumental. It is a true rap song. I gave it an 8.5.
True rap song.
The true lyricist song. I really enjoy it.
Okay.
I really enjoy his flow. I enjoy the instrumental. I enjoy how he's rapping. I enjoy the sort of how every verse seems to be kind of gravitating upwards towards the hook. I like that part a lot, and I think Bass is not bad on it whatsoever. All right, 3001, song number 10, Cole.
Might have been the best song. It's almost good, but not a lot happens. But the instrumental's kind of cool. Yeah, still not the closest one to a good song that I could find. I gave this a 6.
Okay. Noah. Actually, you know what? I'm
Yeah.
going next.
Okay.
This is the most unique song on the album by far. Simply put, is.
That's sad.
That by far the intro and like the staticky voice is really I like it a lot. I think it's pretty cool. I love that part. The beat change compared to the rest of the album is pretty nice to hear something a little bit different instrumentally. One of the things I agree with you guys about, the beats aren't really great for most of it. The only one verse that he does is really good. Is really, really good. But I just wish he had done more than one verse because it's a really short song. But I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, the audio effect at the start sucks balls.
No, that's cool.
A little
I think
corny.
it's stupid. Yeah. Instrumental's pretty boring. The first was alright. I'm feeling another 5.
Jesus Christ. I'm not a j.cole dick rider or anything, but Noah, you feel like a j.cole hater at this point.
5 is not hating, it's just mid.
But the songs you're giving 5s aren't 5s.
I think
I
they're
mean,
5s.
both you and Cole are, so whatever. At least you've given a 7. Cole's ain't gone past 6. All right.
I don't blame him.
Moving on to Trade the Truth in Ibiza, second to last song on this mixtape. Noah.
I thought the instrumental's pretty cool. I liked it. I didn't really care about the flow or what he was talking about, but it was a pretty cool instrumental. I liked it. I gave it a 6.5.
Wow, we're gonna agree again. That's pretty wild. Okay, so this one is kind of confusing to me. It's a much more relaxed flow on this song. Not a huge difference in the beat, but because of his flow, it makes the beat sound better because he's kind of flowing more towards what the relaxing beat of this and this type of it feels much more end of album type of flow, and it is near the end of the album. So the second last one, where it's kind of like almost like a victory lap. Like I feel like this was the original end song until Kendrick dissed, and then he added 7-minute drill at the last second probably. It feels like a very like into album type of mixtape type of song. I will say there's one bar that I think is corny as shit. It's a very much a Drake bar, and I had to point out when he said, and Barry said he'd love it when I spit like I'm dark skinned. Yeah, that's some shit Drake would say. Never say that again, Cole. That's pretty trash. I do like that he mentions some of the misses he's had throughout his discography. It's very rare an artist will talk about like when they he talked about his hits, and he also said like I had some misses, no doubt. So appreciate that he's kind of self-aware in that aspect. Overall, 6.5. Cool.
It's just, I mean, more of the same on here. I just waiting for something to really hit me. It's like either bad or good, and nothing really does. It's just really there. I gave this another 5.
Wow.
We made it.
All right, 7-minute drill. Final song on this mixtape. Cool.
This is a low. This is stupid, man. This is really stupid. I don't know much about the history of rap beefs because I don't give a shit. But this is one of the worst comebacks to being dissed I've ever heard in my entire life on an already mediocre song. He just dropped some of the stupidest lines of all time
Yeah.
in reference to another artist's discography. He has no idea what he's talking about. He's completely wrong. And it goes on for about 10 seconds, and then that's it. And you're just like, are you serious? That's all you had. Some incoherent, stupid lines that don't even make sense and are blatantly wrong. I gave this a 3. This is just stupid.
Ooh.
He's a moron.
Wow. Noah.
You fell off like the Simpsons. Yeah, these lines are fucking so stupid. This song fucking licks balls as a song and as a diss. He said this is a warning shot, so I hope his next one's better. Because this was pretty mid and pretty incorrect. You're not that guy, pal. You are not that guy. 3 out of 10.
Okay. Well, we're gonna come back to reality a bit here because it's not a 3 out of 10.
Not back to reality.
Wrong button. Okay, shit is fucking up. Jesus. First of all, it is not a 3 out of 10. You're just you're saying that based upon not liking what he says in the diss, and that's fine.
Yes, the lyrics are bad.
But
Yeah.
even if you disagree with what he's saying, the song is not a 3 out of 10. So calm the fuck down.
I remember.
The beat is straight heat. This is the best beat on the album by far. That's a fact. Whether you want to acknowledge that or not, it is a fire beat. You would say that about anyone else with this beat.
It was not a beat on this album that I even noticed.
This beat. If this was just, the beat is like an 8 out of 10. It's a very good beat. It's a diss track. It's gonna go harder. You got to expect that. Half of the song is sort of just like he said, it's more of a warning shot type of a song or a diss track, which is usually means you give out like a little bit of like a hit, but you don't go too hard to the point where somebody's gonna try to like destroy your life afterwards.
So he's being a pussy.
Well, no, he's actually being quite smart here, and I'll explain why in a second. Because you said you don't know the history of rap. I'm not going to go into the history of rap beats or anything like that. But I'm going to just say, when you get called out by someone, especially someone you've respected, and everyone knows is like a really good artist, like Kendrick, you don't necessarily come back and just slaughter them because nobody's going to take you seriously like that. You kind of give them a chance to say, "Do you really want to do this?" And that's what he did. He gave him a chance to like, we can do this if you want, but are you sure you want to do this type of thing?
It's interesting to do that when you know the other person's way more talented than you.
Yes, but that's the point. You can't just come back and clap back as hard as you can against somebody who's considered one of the greatest artists, rap artists of all time, because you have to have the level of courtesy and respect. One thing he did wrong in this is he gave him too much respect, which is a classic mistake that artists do, or classic mistake that, in rap beefs has happened before. I did like one overlooked aspect of this diss is when he did say Kendrick is averaging like one hard verse every 30 months or so. That's a pretty good line. That's a damn good bar, and that is a good clapback because Kendrick doesn't do much. He does not do a whole lot of music. He really just he doesn't.
Yeah, because
he
takes his time.
Well, there's stuff. j.cole.
Quality over quantity.
j.cole does a lot more. Just facts, and
he's for quality over quantity.
I'm just putting it out there. It is a good line, okay? You can, quality over quantity, except to the point where you're not making very much music at all. So there's that. That's a good bar. I do like when he switches the flows and the beats, especially after his first like delivered verse or so. It has a much darker, much harder tone on the beat that towards the end of the song. 4 albums in 12. The blatant Jay-Z ripoff of 4 albums in 12 years. I can divide. It's a really good bar, but it is a blatant Jay-Z ripoff against the Nas beef. It's entirely what Jay-Z said, so I don't really give him any credit for that, but it is a nice bar. It's a diss track. It's a smart diss track. It doesn't do anything too hard. There's nothing that's going to make Kendrick really pissed off or anything. But it's a smart diss track, and it's to show that we can do this if you really, really want to type of beat. Overall, the song is good. It is good, and it's a smart response to a very potentially hard Kendrick diss that he had go at him. And we'll see what happens in the future with this. I think looking back, this will be a very smart response. I don't think Drake will respond anytime soon. I think he's going to let j.cole deal with Kendrick for a while and see how that goes. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
You know why this might be a smart response? Because maybe he's just hoping to neutralize it so he doesn't actually have to do anything because he knows he's going to get his ass kicked.
That's probably true. He's probably just telling Kendrick, are we really going to do this? Because Kendrick gave...
Because I don't want to. Please don't make me do it.
No, because you got to understand, if you don't know the history of these two, it's fine. But like a month ago, Kendrick or j.cole was on a song with Drake, which he was featured, called First Person Shooter. And he was giving props to Kendrick. He called him one of the big three, him, j.cole, and Drake. He called those, them the big three. Kendrick obviously took offense to that and said, fuck the big three, it's just big me.
True.
Which is true, but
well,
is also
there could be a big three. Neither j.cole nor Drake are involved in said big three if one does exist.
j.cole clearly was surprised that Kendrick dissed him. And probably was like, you really want to do it? He's like kind of extending out offerings. Like, we can do this if you want. I got bars to go against you, but we don't have to do this. That's why it's smart.
Well, then that would be stupid.
You can't not respond. Especially as a mainstream artist, you can't not respond.
You totally could.
No, you can't. You really can't. Respond. You cannot respond. You can, especially in rap. You can't. You understand. If you don't respond at all, you just look weak and pathetic. It looks.
If he actually thinks he has a shot, he's really stupid. Cole, if he's just trying to neutralize the situation, then fine. Yeah, either way, weak as fuck.
More of a neutralization. It also puts the foot. It also gives Kendrick the balls in Kendrick's court. Now he gets to choose whether he continues to up the ante or just says, fuck it, we'll wait to see what Drake does. Right now, I mean, just from a outside standpoint, j.cole has done everything he needed to do. And the ball's in Kendrick's
come up with something actual criticism.
And publicly, in the rap community, j.cole, it's not hard or anything. It's no it's not clapback, but it's a response. And that's all we needed to see was, are you going to respond? And he did.
It's a horrendous response.
And it's good and bad in certain ways. It's a smart response in that aspect. So for the song itself, though, like I said, I gave it 8 out of 10. I think it's very good verses. I think it's got a great beat. I really like when he switches to the much more darker theme beat, much more darker, harder flow switch on the second part of the song. Much more interesting. 8 out of 10 at the last part of it, especially for that. All right. Time to rank them. Time to put the album, or actually, sorry, mixtape. I keep calling it album. My apologies. Time to do this. Let's start with Noah, person who gave it some of the hardest critiques.
Yeah. You want me to rank it?
Yep.
All right.
Where's the best?
Yeah, 12. We got Fever.
Okay.
11. Ready 24.
Okay.
10. 7-minute drill. 9. HYB. 8. Huntin' Wabbit.
Little low.
7. 3001. 6. Crocodile Tears.
High.
5. Self Mode.
That's good.
We're just rolling through the 5s right now.
Oh, yeah.
4.
That's true.
High.
Okay.
3, Pricey. 2, Trey the Truth and Ibiza.
Way too high.
And 1, Sticks and Stones.
Wow, wrong on every account. That's crazy.
And then the total
Good job.
album rating, I'm feeling a 4.
Okay. No, 4 out of 10. All right. I'm going last. Cole.
12, 7-minute drill.
Oh my fucking
11.
God.
11, fever. 10, HYB. I need to sneeze, or do I? My body can't decide.
Uncle.
My nose hurts. 9, Sticks and Stones. 8, Tree of the Truth and Ibiza. 7, Ready 24. 6, Stealth Mode. 5, Crocodile Tears. 4, Hunting Wabbits. 3, Pie. 2, Pricey. And 1, 3001.
No, okay.
Overall, there's just nothing about this stood out to me. There's nothing that bad, but there's nothing is of note. There's nothing of note that happens here. His lyricism and instrumentals are average. His flow is fine, or it's boring. The production's fine, but there's just there's nothing even catchy about this. There's nothing at the very least even catchy. I can't even remember any of the choruses. I gave this a 5 out of 10.
Okay. All right. My number 12 is Fever. 11, Crocodile Tears. 10, HYB. 9, Traded Truth and Ibiza. 8, Ready 24. 7, 3001. 6, Sticks and Stones. 5, Hunting Wabbits. 4, Stealth Mode. 3, 7-minute drill. 2, Pie. And then the best song is Pricey. I'm honest. Overall, wish the beat was more interesting throughout the album. A lot of great bars mixed in with some corniness, of course, because it's J. Cole and that, he can't help it. Felt like a mixtape. Definitely felt like a mixtape. The album, The Fall Off, hopefully will be a bit better. But I don't really have too much bad to say about it. It kind of hovers between 6.5 to 7. So I'll give him a little bit of props, and I'll give it a 7 out of 10 total. Probably a little higher than I would give it after a couple listens to, but yeah, I think overall it's a good mixtape. It's nothing super special. I was hoping to have a little bit better, but it has some good bars. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. And I like bars, so this I fuck with this mixtape. All right, that's our review of the J. Cole Might Delete Later mixtape. We obviously had some very different.
That's a terrible name, by the way. Might Delete Later. That's the corniest title I've ever heard for an album.
His next album coming out is called The Fall Off, so we'll see if it's a lot better or a lot worse.
People are gonna remember it if he deletes it.
Anyway, we obviously had a lot of disagreements on this, but it's a brand new mixtape. Who knows? I'm assuming Cole and Noah will never listen to this again, which means
true.
I will have to be the one who has to give it a review later on afterwards. But yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know what you guys have this mixtape as, where you put it in J. Cole's discography. Yeah, I don't know. It would have to be. I'd have to think about it a bit after that. I'm sure Cole and Noah don't even have a ranking because they probably don't care about J. Cole's discography. I'd probably put it like his third best. Yeah, let us know what you guys think. Give us any suggestions on any albums to review or any podcast videos, and we will see you in the next one.